What's up, guys? We got a Honda Civic over here. This is a 2009 model. We do have a check engine in the screen. And the code is P0128 coolant temperature below thermostat regulation temperature. So winter time, you are going to get this code because it gets cold out here. But over time, your thermostat will stay stuck open, and then it's time to do a thermostat. So in this video, we're going to drain the antifreeze. You will get the understanding of how to drain and fill the antifreeze, and then you have to cycle the engine and fans 3 times. I got antifreeze coming in, and I got a thermostat coming in. Anyways, let's take a look how to do this. So here's our thermostat original. We got antifreeze coming. So the part number on this baby is, let's take a look right here. And that's the part number right there. Okay, original. Go to the dealer, and inside you're gonna have a thermostat. I'm gonna open this out. You're gonna have a thermostat and a seal. You always want to put original stuff. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how to put this thing together and how often should you change this thermostat. I would say every 60,000 miles to 80,000 miles, change this guy and do your coolant flush. So also this thing has this pin here. You want to pay attention to this, and also this pin, when you put the seal on, pay attention to the seal here. It has these 2 little bubbles right here, so they go into a certain position. Also, this valve has to be in this area right here where this is at. So this is how it sits. So you also have to pay attention how these are. You will figure that out once we take this apart. Anyways, let me drain the antifreeze. So it'd be a good idea to drain your antifreeze and flush it every 60,000 miles out. You could do this when the check engine light come. I would still say do it at 60 to 80,000 miles, maximum 80. Okay, so very simple. Your thermostat is right over here. You have to take out this plate, move some of these wires out of the way, and you will have 2 bolts on the thermostat. And take out this pipe, it will give you much more access. So let's get this job going. Okay, so as you guys know, we changed the thermostat, but also a coolant change. It would be very simple. You don't even gotta lift this week off. So first of all, get yourself something clean like this. You're gonna put this down below, and you're gonna put it like right over here, because your coolant valve is all the way down there. Let's see if I can show you guys. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn that baby right there. See that valve right there? That's your coolant valve right there. Let me see if I can get better lighting. There you go. I'm gonna just turn that counterclockwise, so like this. I'm gonna just turn it that way. Just be careful you don't burn yourself if the car is hot. Take it easy. I'm gonna have to get a plier. Okay, I'm back with the plier. It is kind of hot down here, so I'm gonna try to manage it from right over here. And all you need to do is break the grip roll open. Once the grip is open, you should be able to turn it just by hand, because it's been there for so many years. Just turn a few turns and it will start to drip just like that. And I'm going to take my camera and the light out. So if you're just doing the flush, that's all you need to do. If you're doing the thermostat, you still got to do that. So there it is. It's coming down. Okay. And to make it better flow, I'm just keep moving this light around like crazy. If the car is hot, relax, take it easy. Don't burn yourself because it'll shoot out. But since we got that out, the pressure's already probably gone. And if you open this, it's gonna let it breathe better, okay? I still got the antifreeze coming in. Also inspect your radiator cap. Change that to at 80,000 miles. So both of these things, because these will break over time. I did a lot of videos on my channel. Check those out. Anyways, thermostat part number. So I will separate this video into 2 videos, coolant and thermostat. So once it drains out, we will continue to do the thermostat, and separate video we'll just, instead of doing the thermostat, you can just top off the antifreeze, fill up the antifreeze, then you're gonna have to let it, put the heat on, let it cycle. Also the reservoirs over here, this one's kind of empty, so we can just top that off, or you can just pull this out. It just comes out, turn this, take out this pipe and drain and that, and top it off with the fresh antifreeze. So let's give it a moment, and then we'll come back and start working on the thermostat. So once it finished draining, it's dripping like that, you're pretty much done, okay? Remember, a lot of people will criticize there's more antifreeze in the block. To do that, you're gonna have to do so much. But if you keep up with your antifreeze flush, little bit of mixture is no problem. But when we do the thermostat on this baby, you will see the rest of the antifreeze will come off But if you're just doing the drain and fill, that's perfectly normal. So all I want to do is, we're gonna close that. All you need to do is turn that. Let me get my camera down there so we all can see me on the same page. So just by hand, nothing crazy, just by hand. What you want to do is you want to close this, and once it stops, you're done. Hand tight, simple, nothing crazy. Don't over torque it, you will break that damn thing, and then you're gonna need a radiator. So if you're just doing the flush, fill it up. You're gonna need 2 gallons, and get yourself a blue same color antifreeze. But I'm gonna split this video into longer, and let's do thermostat, and you will see both videos. So a few things you're gonna do. First of all, I want to get rid of this pipe up here and this hose. Let's just bring it back. You don't need to remove this hose, but it will give you a better view. I just want to break the grip loose on this, so you're gonna have to kind of turn this just like that. Don't squeeze it too hard, but over time it will grab and it will not come out easy. Okay, so this is out of the way. Do not take off that pipe, you don't need to. So what I want to do is I want to remove this 10 millimeter, and this bottom 10 millimeter is part of the thermostat housing. So once this is out of the way, this whole thing will move. So let me go get some tools. So here we are with 10 millimeter. Get yourself a smaller one. I couldn't find mine, but I'm gonna manage all this. I'm gonna just loosen all these, and then you can just take them off by hand and keep them in order. Some are longer, some are shorter, or they might be the same, but always good idea. So let me take off this one first. And my glove ripped, oh my God. Little nail polish from right there. So this bolt goes to the side. The bracket is not gonna come on because it's held in by this bottom bolt. So you're gonna have a lot of antifreeze coming out of this once you remove this little guy. So let's take off this bottom one here. Okay, oh, okay. So, oh my God, I'm gonna have to remove all this stuff off it. So 2 bolts are out. So I was wrong, there is a 3rd bolt down there. So let me get this. You don't have to remove this, you can manage all this, but I do want to remove this so I can show you guys everything. So the key's out of the ignition. Let's disconnect this sensor here. I should have had done that before. Okay, and then it can just move away with the wires. And this is, remember, this is like into this, but it's not gonna come out that easy. You have to squeeze the tab down here to get that out, to get this connector out. But we don't need to do all that. We're gonna just try to manage this somehow, some way. Once this is out, we should be able to get it out. So here it is. I'm using this fork clip tool here, clip removing tool here, but you could use a needle nose or flathead screwdriver. Usually these things will just snap off, they will break off. That's normal for it to happen because they're brittle. I'm just trying to go easy on it so I don't do that. But if it happens, and there's one more down here, if I had done this before taking out the bolts, it would have been easier for me. But sorry about the camera movement. But you can always put the bolts back in, and I do want it removed. Okay, there's a sensor in the bottom, and there's a sensor on the top, and then there's a wire going down there to probably some type of sensor down there to the old pressure switch. But let's see if I can manage to get this guy out. But you know what, one of the bolts gonna have to, because I can't manage to hold this with so much load on it. So do all this before you take out this bolt. So I just want to get this hand tight, because once it's hand tight, it should be able to hold it for me, and then I can use both of my hands, one to pull, one to squeeze. Okay, like this. And these things will not be easy, so you're just squeezing this guy right here. So same thing with this one right here, but it's the other way around. Let's just connect the sensor first. Okay, it's funny how they got that one facing down, and I'm in an angle where all right, I'm gonna get that off, then I'll be back because the camera's got to be out of the way. So there we have it. I'm gonna remove this now. And the bracket should be all loose. Okay. It's like an L shape. This is a weird looking bracket. It's kind of like budged in from every angle. Every freaking angle. Okay, what is going on? Okay, there you go. Once you get this guy off, put everything to the side. This is the bolt we had to remove. So let me get my ratchet. So we already losing this side. Did we losing this side? Yep. So this is the harder side. So let me get this side out first. If you need to use the socket to reach in there. Meaning we're gonna take this socket and reach in there like that. Okay. That'll make things easy for you. So don't mix these two bolts with the other two bolts, because length doesn't matter. Okay, so we got this off. I'm gonna put this over here somewhere. And now, remember, there is antifreeze in there. So we are gonna have a splash. So make sure you get your bucket down there ready. It's time for me to remove this 10mm over here. So I'm gonna loosen that first. And then I'm gonna start to turn this guy right here. At this point, it's probably stuck to it with the seal, but we're gonna try to break that seal loose. I'm gonna save this bolt also. So all you're gonna do now is you're gonna kind of tap on this, and it should kind of just come apart, even pulling it from the bottom. The seal is the only thing that's holding this together, so there might be a little bit of antifreeze in there. There you go, it goes straight to the floor. Let me, hopefully it's going into that bucket. Yep. Not a lot of antifreeze in there, but there we have it. Okay, there's the thermostat. You always want to pay attention to this. Let me get this lighting. Everything is out of place. Okay, so we can't get a good lighting, but that's fine. So pay attention. I'm gonna just try to yank this thermostat off this housing here, stuck to it for so long. So there's two notches in there, 3 notches in there. So this thermostat was pretty much sitting into those notches, okay? See these things right here? So I'm gonna show you guys how to put the new thermostat together. So remember this little nipple right here, and these two slots here are facing. This side has to go inside the engine block. So that's how you put this. So we have new stuff. So where is my new thermostat? Let me get that and the seal. So you simply want to take this. Remember these two little notches. Let me get into the camera. These two notches has to be facing backward, like it's on this thermostat here. So if you put it this way, it would be wrong. Okay, so we need to. So it's like a little jacket here, and this valve has to be pretty much into this groove here. Okay, my hands are kind of soaked with the antifreeze, but nothing that we can't manage. Okay, get it from the back end is better, easier. So if you get a little bit off, you can just twist it a bit. All I need to do is kind of move it over a little bit, but my hands are all soaked up. And there you have it. Perfect. It's right in the center. A little bit more. I could just keep doing that. And there it is. So remember, this little notch, the thermostat is sitting in there. And they have this little notch in the back here where this sits at. So they try to make this as you can't go wrong. Okay, my camera screen keeps turning off. So I'm going to push this to the side. And keep it to the side. And the thermostat, simply, remember, there's 3 notches in there just like this one, the groove and the notch. It's only gonna sit one way. If you get it the wrong way, it's probably not gonna sit the wrong way. You can, I've seen people do all kinds of magical stuff, okay? There it is, there we have it. Perfect. We'll bring over the housing and I will give you the torque specs. Okay, so let me grab one of the bolts. So easy bolt, was this side here. And remember to get the easy one in first, harder one out first, easy one in first. Okay, everything has to be perfect. Still waiting on the antifreeze. So we're gonna lock this bolt up with hand only. So this job, I would say, if you take it to somebody unprofessional. Okay, I'm gonna get the second bolt there while we're talking. Okay, thermostat is sitting in there. Make sure it does not move, okay? Once it's in there, it's gonna be in there, but still pay attention to it. If you're doing this by someone unprofessional, he probably charge you 80, 90 bucks. Why not take it to a professional and get it done the right way from the shop? Maybe $140 max they will charge you, and that's about it. So I do work with my hands. I am gonna give you torque specs, but I tighten everything by my hand because a mechanic has a feel to it. But it's all up to you how you feel about criticizing somebody or not criticizing somebody. But I will give you torque specs after this. So that one is tight. Try to tighten them evenly. Do a little bit on each side first, but this is a no-brainer job here. Very simple to work on. I've done thermostat that are so complicated. It's about $400 labor. But anyways, that's that. I'll get you the torque specs. Okay, now since you have the torque specs, it's time for me to put this back in. So remember how this goes. This is like looped around that, and then it's around this. It's a crazy little bracket. Okay, it's held in by 2 bolts. Okay, I got that going too far. Oh my God, too many clips, twists and turns. There you go, perfect. The 2 bolts go on this. Procedure is same for this particular vehicle for the other years. The reverse procedure is pretty simple. Okay, so I'm gonna lock up these 2 bolts, and then we'll put all the connectors back in and the upper radiator hose. There is a small little thing I want to explain to you on the upper radiator hose. Okay, so nothing should leak after this. Okay, but you do need to observe it anyway. That's tight. And I'm gonna get the bottom one. So we're done with all the bolts. 10mm is the socket. This is a 3x8 ratchet. It's a pretty large ratchet, so it has a lot of leverage, so be careful. So now all I need to do is get these little guys right now. I'm gonna get the bottom one in first, and once I have the bottom one in, okay, this one kind of gave me trouble, and then get this top one here. Make sure your clicks are in, and make sure your sensors are in. They click right in. Okay, there you go. Click and a click, click and a click. Okay, upper radiator hose goes right in. So this radiator hose has this little mechanism in here, which I hate so much. Okay, let's focus on this. I hate this so much because it never wants to release. A lot of people have tricks up their sleeve, but I don't have that trick up my sleeve. I just like to kind of squeeze on it till it releases, or use some type of screwdriver for their tool release, just like that. But I like to put this clamp back from the spot that it came from, meaning on the pipe, there's marking. See the little notches? It already has created its pressure point. You got to go back onto the pressure point. Other than that, I'm sure definitely this thing will leak. So bada bing, bada boom, we have successfully changed the thermostat out. So this thermostat either stuck open or not closing all the way. It could be a lot of things. It could be the cold winter. But anyway, everything is done here. It's time for us to put antifreeze in, which we're waiting for. Okay, so we got this blue antifreeze here, ready to use. You don't need to mix anything, okay? If you buy something that needs to be mixed, it's gonna be the wrong stuff. You shouldn't have to do that. Go to Honda, pick up 2 gallons. So I got another gallon coming. So this thing is gonna take about, wow, this thing is stuck there. All right, so let's take this open. You know what, let me shake it up a bit. Even though they're pre-mixed. These are pre-mixed and everything, but you don't need to go crazy. Sucks, have to open this thing up twice. Oh, God. Okay, so I like to get a little funnel, so let me do that right now. So any funnel will do. Make sure it's clean. And I'm gonna pour this in there slowly and simply. And go easy. And this thing will drink this, okay? So it's kind of coming from right there. I want to take it easy with one hand. If you're doing this with one hand, you're the man. All right, so let me get this whole thing in there and then I will show you, because I'm just making a mess here with one hand. I'm gonna just show you guys because it is kind of bubbling out. It is gonna try to breathe. You got no option, just go slow at it. Try to aim right in the middle. They do sell a special funnel that I had. I left it on top of the garbage can and I took out the garbage. And that was the end of that. With the funnel inside. So if you do that, it's gonna kind of bubble back. That's fine, normal. Okay. Now that I showed you that it's gonna bubble out, no problem, but let me keep on going at it. So it's probably gonna take 1.5 gallons and just top it off till they can't take no more. So once it's to the top like that, okay, you're done. This is probably just coming through here right now. And fill this up halfway. After that, what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna just put this to the side. I'm gonna pull this cap on. And what I'm gonna do here is, I'm gonna blow air on this. I'm gonna clean all this up. Then I'm gonna start the vehicle. And I'm gonna put the heat on. You know what, I'll do that while the car is running. What I want you guys to do is, I want you guys to start up the vehicle. Cause it is gonna take everything in there. Put the heat on, not too crazy fast because we need this car to get hot. Put it on like speed number 2. And let's wait for the temperature to go halfway. And then we do need to observe. Running the car is running, there's no pressure. I just want to take a look at it real quick. It probably sucked a lot of it in. So I'm going to just top this off as well. So I'm topping this off as the car is running, no problem. The funnel I had, it was able to do that with the car running. Okay, so I'm gonna probably leave it there and that's it, close up the cap. Make sure this is halfway. I'm gonna top this off. It is kind of halfway, but I want to put fresh antifreeze in there. So make sure that once the fan runs, after that you let it cool off, it's gonna try to suck from here. Even if you want to put a little bit more than halfway, that's perfect. Okay, we got the car kind of getting hot. It's gonna take time, okay? So I'm gonna just walk you through this. What you want to do is go for a spin if you want. Go around the block a few times. Wait for the fans to come on 2 to 3 times. What's gonna happen is thermostat is gonna open. It's gonna release the hot antifreeze into the radiator. The radiator fan is gonna come on. The cool antifreeze is gonna go, and then the fan is gonna shut off, and then once the fan turn on again, thermostat is gonna open up, so it's gonna circulate back and forth. Then shut it off, let it cool off. It's gonna suck the pressure, retract and retract. It's gonna suck the antifreeze. It's gonna go low here. Check your antifreeze and do that about 2 to 3 times. Let the car run again for 10 minutes and check the antifreeze again. You can also rev the engine, and then that's it. That's all you need to do. This is a very friendly system, okay? Make sure you top of the antifreeze. Once it's nice and cool, make sure the antifreeze is to the neck, and you're all good to go. Thank you for watching my video. It's a very simple procedure. Or you can measure the antifreeze you took out, put the same amount in. So the car has warmed up. It can be a little bit more, but this is fine. I'm gonna shut off the car, and then I'm gonna wait a little bit before opening the radiator cap. I'm gonna let the antifreeze cool off, give it a good 30-40 minutes before you open the cap. So this thing should be, I'm still cleaning this up, this should be kind of cooled down, but I'm a mechanic, so don't do what I'm doing right now. So it's gonna have a little bit of pressure in it. Antifreeze is full. I'm gonna let this car run one more time, and also check your reservoir, and then it's good to go if everything meets. So thank you for watching my video, and you do need to reset the check engine light with scan tool. It will not go away on its own. But other than that, you're all done and set. Thank you for watching. Okay, so check engine light is not going to go away on its own. So we're going to reset this light one more time. We got the same code, but we have not reset it. So we're going to reset this light, and we're going to press OK. And it should be success, just like that. So if you guys need this scan tool, is Blue Point, and that's the number. There's no other numbers. Just go online. You can find it online, or go to Snap-on truck. Okay, now the light should be off. There you have it. Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you for watching my video.